Travel tips you need to know before you go to China. Before you get to China, download all of these apps as they are going to be extremely useful every day you're there. Alipay and WeChat are going to be your go-to forms of payment for everything. If you don't have a debit or credit card without international transaction fees to connect to these apps, then I'd suggest opening up a Wise account. With Wise, you can open up an account in multiple currencies as well as easily convert and transfer USD over from your bank account directly into a Chinese yuan account. From here, connect your Wise account to Alipay and WeChat and you'll be good to go. For navigation within China, I'd suggest Gaoda D2, which is like their version of Google Maps, but I heard Apple Maps on iPhones work there too. If you want to hail taxis while in China, download Didi, which is their version of Uber, and then for ordering food, if you ever get lazy and just want to order in, then download Meituan. Speaking of downloading things before you go to China, I highly recommend setting up a VPN on your phone before you go. So many apps are blocked in China like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, anything by Google, etc. So in order to use them, you'll need a VPN. If you don't trust VPNs though, or don't want to spend any money on one since the most reliable ones will cost you, then another way to bypass the firewall is either use international data roaming with your home country's cell service provider, or purchase a travel eSIM that states a VPN is not needed. Since you'll be using Alipay and WeChat for almost every single purchase, you won't really need to bring or pull out any cash, but just for emergencies, I'd still suggest bringing some in case. Also, I never had any issues with this when I was there, but when it comes to paying in cash, don't let them tell you they cannot, as it's illegal for businesses in China to refuse cash payments. But at the same time, be prepared for them to most likely not have exact change for you, since cash is rarely used anywhere. When traveling within China, make sure to bring your passport with you everywhere you go. ID is used for many things, including getting on trains, entering certain areas within China, getting in Disneyland, etc. So always have your passport on hand, as this will be your only accepted form of ID as a tourist in China. Speaking of this, it might be confusing in train stations which lines to enter as a foreigner, but there are separate ones for us. And a lot of the stations might not have English signs. So in these situations, you need to look for gates with either of these Chinese signs written on them. These are for foreigners using passports. That's all the travel tips I have for this video, but if you've ever been to China, please feel free to leave any tips in the comments that really helped you out when you were there.